Hello, welcome to Yoda Soda Creations podcast. Group of friends to attend this movies, TV field reasons, and we're actually starting the month of Macabre, as it's been known throughout the cartoon community. I believe, or that's my distinction. That's my distinction according to what I've been watching for the past few years, at best. Anyway, we're actually starting that without starting that at the beginning, towards the beginning of the month, as opposed to, well, act, actual episodes getting in the way.
Yep. Some actually had time to record game footage. Yay! Eh, took me long enough. So, what's on the news desk for this week?
Well, we have 2 new ornaments revealed from Hallmark for this year.
I saw those. Look nice. Though I did see mention of one non-Pony Hallmark thing. It was Star Wars related. You know that scene? I forget. I forget if it was from the first or second movie. The whole yeah, I think it was the first one. The I find your lack of faith disturbing scene with the force choke. Yeah,
Oh,
that. Apparently they're doing an ornament of that, and it includes audio. Like, I see what you did there. Shame on you. Like, lack of faith. Uh,
the power of the meme, or at least the power of certain quotes.
yeah, I discovered it on Reddit. No, wait, not Reddit. My forum. Uh, I'm mixing up the places where I look at stuff. It's been a long day. Yeah, I had people over celebrating my dad's birthday and helped clean up the house and all that fun stuff. Uh,
Basil Eidenbenz places Thue Erstead Rasmussen as Eskil in season 2 of the Netflix series The Witcher.
yeah. Yes, I've heard decent things about that series. I haven't seen it myself. I haven't seen a lot of things. I really need to at some point.
Well, were you expecting Yoda Soda Remake? Well, too bad, because apparently the only closest thing we're going to get is a silver Funko for 30th anniversary.
Wait, a what remake? Or not remake?
Sonic
What are we
06.
talking? Oh,
I know that's been a large talk for a while, but I know that's been a large talk for a while, but I had to, so basically I had to make a joke about that since a silver Funko is getting released for the 30th anniversary of Sonic as a whole.
ah, they could port a Sonic collection to the Switch. I mean, they have plenty of those to work with. They do a better job at an anniversary collection than Nintendo did. Not that I've bought it yet, but I've seen the reviews. But yeah, fun fact, I actually have Sonic 06. I have not played it yet. I've been saving it for a special occasion. Like you think you just don't all of a sudden at the beginning of your recording thing go into Sonic 06. No, you save that for you save that for like a 1,000 subscribers special occasion or whatever. Probably underselling it a bit, but you get the idea.
Well, the iconic Castle of Magic Dreams is nearly complete at Hong Kong Disneyland.
Hmm. No Time to Die delayed to April 2nd, 2021.
And that's also going to be Craig's last outing as
As Bond.
007.
Yes.
007.
Had a good run. Uh, okay, he's had a 50-50 run so far. Casino Royale, good. Whatever the second one was, I liked Skyfall, that was a good one. Spectre was, Still given that trend, his last film will be good. Or at least here's hoping.
Well, I know there isn't a collector here won't be interested, but the pre-orders for the Kurobakia figures mentioned last week went up or got started earlier this week.
And along with that, pre-orders for everyone's favorite bacon horse. Yeah, I'll be putting my pre-order in for Sunset Shimmer. It's like, just wait a little bit, because apparently, yeah, even though I have $160 worth of store credit, I'm only allowed to use about $50 of it on a single purchase. Wish I had known that ahead of time. But yay! New figures, woo! So we got the latest Smash reveal for a new character, Steve from Minecraft. Also available Alex, Zombie, and Enderman. Yes, the announcement that broke Twitter.
Yeah, and apparently Touchdown can easily be beaten.
And speaking of Minecraft, they, along with the announcement on that, they had the annual Minecraft event thingy, and they announced the finally announcing the cave update. Took them long enough.
So, not going to be long before Avatar 2 finally gets its release date, as Cameron confirms that work on the sequel is officially done, and the third one's actually nearly finished. So, it's one of those back to back filming cases.
Ah, yes, Avatar. No airbenders here. Uh, it's like,
Highest grossing film for years until the MCU.
Phil, I hate to be that guy, but th- when was Avatar? To Google.
It's about over 10
2000
years. It's about over 10 years, I believe.
2009. So it's been 11 years. Like, yeah, Avatar was a big hit. It probably probably could be a standalone thing. Do them does that many people will still actually care? It's like if it had come out like 3 years after, it's like sure ride the wave, but like said, it's been 11 years.
It happens. Remember how long it happens. It happens since we're also getting Bill. Since we also gotten Bill and Ted. Also gotten another Bill and Ted.
Fair,
And also Independence Day took about a decade to get a sequel.
true, but didn't that one also not do that great?
Just saying.
Fair. I mean, I heard Bill and Ted did good, but then again, Keanu Reeves has been kind of on a roll lately.
Well, Tent, despite the mixed reception, from what I've heard, mixed reception, if I can remember correctly, 28, 28 or 280 million at the global box office, while Empire Strikes Back enters top 5 in the US.
Hmm. Okay.
Madame Masque reported to appear in the Hawkeye Disney Plus series.
Nice. The Inuyasha sequel series premiered its first episode today. Actually, kind of, well, not so much I forgot about it, but it's, like I've been busy today. I'm thinking of I'm thinking of looking into the episode tomorrow because apparently it's good.
on the list of trailers that came out, we had Lupin 3, Craft Legacy, and Borat 2.
Yep.
Barry Jenkins to direct either a live-action Lion King sequel or prequel. I have no idea if it's going to be some. I have no idea if it's either. I have well, my prediction is either if it's the sequel, then it's going to be either Simba's Pride live action, or it could be
Something completely original. But then this is Disney we're talking about, so it's probably just going to be another shot for shot remake.
that's the third option. Second one I was thinking of was 1.5.
That's fair. Although considering like the do we really need a sequel? Really?
Honestly, the original side looks more attached to the prequel kind of thing.
Uh,
And who knows? Could be a little interesting to see Scar.
maybe. I know it just seems like these Disney remakes seem to be getting more and more just kind of reception. Actually, I watched a video on the Mulan remake today. It's like, ooh,
Like I said, has about that actually has more reason to it, given some real world circumstances.
well,
And continuing with Disney, they have officially moved their next D23 Expo not to summer 21, but September 22.
fair enough. Playing it safe. Because honestly, depending on how November goes, I wouldn't be surprised if things shut down again. Things possibly shut down again and sometime next year.
So a couple of things regarding the Hawkeye Disney Plus.
Oh,
Seems they're planning to recast Mockingbird and reportedly feature the debut of Echo.
cool. So apparently, Jamie Foxx will return as Electro in Spider-Man 3. Like, okay, sure, why not?
And they're on track to begin production in Atlanta this fall. Well, as highlights, season 2 has been a bit of a subject.
Oh,
So one of those sports gimmicks.
so apparently Mountain Dew is going to be bringing out a new permanent flavor in January, watermelon, and it's going to be pink. So yeah, that's cool. It's like right in time for my birthday. Woo! Oh yeah, speaking of future things, uh, the December scheduling may be a bit iffy because that's when it's the busiest at work. So we'll have to play it by ear. Just that I'd get that out of the way now. I realize that like, yeah, we're just starting October, but you know, it's like I'd like to think ahead.
We'll see how it goes, given how the year has been.
Yeah.
Iman Vel-Eni casts Kamala Khan for Miss Marvel.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, okay, that's good. Yeah, newcomer to the scene, looks good for the part, and hey, that'll be something great to put on the resume.
Spring 2021, Season 5, My Hero Academia.
Yeah, I've really been following that series. Like,
New Conan the Barbarian live action series in development for Netflix.
hmm.
Chances are they're taking a bit more serious direction than the ever beloved Schwarzenegger movies.
Yep.
Spider-Man PS5 remastered, including a new Peter Parker face model and the suit from the first Amazing Spider-Man.
Hmm. Okay.
There's reported there's reportedly big plans for Darth Bane across multiple upcoming projects.
Yeah. Wait, what? Huh. J.J. Abrams will produce a slate of Dr. Seuss animated films for WB. Um, okay.
That'll be a little interesting.
Yep.
Matrix 4. Daniel Bernhardt to reprise the Matrix Reloaded role as Agent Johnson.
All right.
Netflix's Sandman adaptation reportedly eyeing Tom Sturridge to play Dream.
Nice. Sounds good.
Zac Efron joins the cast of Blumhouse and Universal's Stephen King reboot for Firestarter.
Didn't know there was one.
Anne Hathaway stars in the doll adaptation The Witches, HBO Max.
I remember seeing the original. Oh yeah, I remember that. Hmm.
Just about a month to go before The Mandalorian Season 2 begins.
Yep.
Warner Brothers picks up rights to a black movie set in a world where only black people have superpowers.
Uh,
That'll be interesting for the times.
yeah.
Sony reportedly wants more Marvel Cinematic Universe crossovers in the future.
Yep, that's good.
Multiverse of Madness likely to begin shooting late October, early November. Rick Moran is thankfully recovering following Central Park West assault.
Yeah, it's like, that does that. Like, really? This is why we can't have nice things.
Thankfully for the original creator, the Ren and Stimpy reboot it has seems to not be going ahead.
Okay.
Some of the reports stated it was a product of the times, so
Yeah. Yeah, like, something should stay in their decade. Like, how should I put it? Probably would have been better if Duke Nukem Forever never got finished. Yes, yeah, that is completely and totally a 90s character.
oh, we got another case of life imitating art this year.
No.
Overdue Basingstoke library books returned after 48 years. And here's an interesting part of it. Not only was it a book in the Railway series, but it took
Yeah.
me but it took me better part of better part of say 5 minutes or so to sort of get, hey, that's Twilight from last year.
Yeah.
Well, SpongeBob season 13 is also coming this month.
Hmm.
Snyder's anime series Army of the Dead adds Christian Slater, Anna Charlotra, Nolan North, and others.
All right.
One more thing of The Witcher may have already been quietly renewed for a third season.
Hmm. Cool.
Billy Crudup in talks to join Ezra Miller in The Flash. F9, ninth movie in the Fastest saga featuring John Cena, moves to Memorial Day.
Okay.
Well, Micro Machines are making a bit of a comeback.
And there we go. Now that I'm actually sharing screen again, it does that thing. Okay.
I think I'm the only person who knows that. Well, now we're going to conclude with the casualty report this week. We have dubstep artist Cookie Monster, no R. The Cardinal Bob Gibson, Jimmy Winston, who was in Doctor Who apparently, Timothy Ray Brown, thought to be cured of AIDS.
Ooh.
Mac Davis, who once worked for Elvis.
Hmm.
Helen Reddy from Pete's Dragon. Quino, creator of Mafalda. And Frank Windsor from EastEnders.
Hmm. Right. I was just looking at the Discord support page, like, okay, what to do about this random reboots? It's like, okay. But yeah, back to normal pony this week. And much like with the old recaps, I have no script. Partly because I felt like doing it old style, and partly because of time constraints. But thankfully, I have the episode over in VLC to keep me on track.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't use VLC often, but since I can't have two instances of Media Player Classic going at once, this'll have to do. So this week's episode, Bloom and Gloom. It's funny. For some reason I thought this was a season 4 episode. Turns out early season 5.
And I can't help but make a joke about how EQD's been doing an episode rewatch, doing episode rewatches, and second in this trilogy, For Whom the Sweet About Toils.
Yeah, yeah, like the whole CMC Luna saga. But yeah, like I actually had to check the wiki. Like, okay, where is this episode? Because I'll admit, before I think season 6, the episode labeling wasn't. I think I was still getting the download thing from EQD as opposed to recording it myself. So yeah. But anyway, on to the episode. So it's time for a meeting of the CMCs. Why, you ask? Well, apparently Babs sent a letter, or oh yeah, Babsy, she was showed up like an episode or two, and yeah, she got her cutie mark, a pair of scissors. Like, cool. Oh, guess she can't lead the CMC over in Manhattan anymore. Oh well. It's like, and that's how you write a character out of the show. Even though, like I said, I think like only one, maybe two speaking episodes, but still, don't think we ever saw her again. But yeah, I'm like, oh, cool.
Give it a
Like,
give it a year, and you'll probably come up with a give it a year, and you'll probably come up with a suitable, fair policy.
yeah,
Thank you,
it's like,
Penstroke.
yeah, cool. But it's like, I hope she is happy with it. Probably gonna be crawling in main hair with all that cutting. Like, and then they get into like, but what if it gets stuck with something we don't want, or something other people don't like, or something that's not an apple? And Scootaloo kind of goes off into things that aren't so great about apples. It's like, oh no! But yeah, we quickly. Sorry, again, tired. We quickly get into the main thing of the episode. Like, Apple Bloom is worried about like, what if she gets a cutie mark? What if it isn't good? What if no one likes it? What if no one likes her? Will they still stay together as friends and whatnot? So yeah, it's nighttime. She's all worried, and Applejack's like, "Calm down. Don't worry. Everything will be fine." And sings a nice little song, and it's all nice. Like, she drifts off to sleep. Next morning, okay, breakfast time. Like, okay, what do we have? Like an Applejack's like, yeah, told you good night. It's Rastwood. Well, look at there, a cutie mark. Uh, this already should be ringing some alarm bells. Like, where did this cutie mark come from? She just woke up. It wasn't there the scene before. Not that she looked, but still. Although if I was a pony with my lazy ass, I could probably get a cutie mark for sleeping in all day. Uh, but yeah, she has a cutie mark, and it's to be a pest. Well, I would I would say pest exterminator, but like later on, it's just like she just captures the bugs. So yeah, pest pony. And they don't know that she doesn't know it at first, but like, oh, what's this? Well, I have no idea. And this old pest pony comes in. It's like, hey, you got something that I got. I can finally retire. Woo! But he doesn't just leave yet. He gives her a bit of training, of course. Like, talk to the bugs, suck them into the tube. this'll be this is what you'll be doing for the rest of your life, even if you don't want to. And like we get introduced to the Twitter mites. It's like loud, buzzing, and constantly annoying. Yeah, that's Twitter, all right. But yeah, it's like okay. She kind of gets into the hang of it, but she's still kind of like eh. But before she can say otherwise, the pest pony disappears. And then these two arrive, Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon. And they do their typical thing, like, oh, pest pony. You have the worst cutie mark. And this just really annoys Apple Bloom. It's like, she tosses the jar of Twitter mites aside and runs off into the forest. And she hears this voice that like, oh, what's wrong? And like, the cutie mark like, well, you don't need that, do you? Like, I don't want it. And like, zap, no more cutie mark. And here I'm watching this like, Starlight, is that you?
Well,
Don't you have better things to be doing?
I have to admit, I also got that distinction on back when the episode came out. But nope, just good voice distortion, or the voice distortion, along with the fact that, well, we've got a talented young girl on our hands.
Yes. But yeah, this is definitely the right season for this kind of plot point. They're like, okay, yeah, no pest pony cutie mark. This is what we're talking about. So she gets out of the forest and total mayhem. Ponyville's being absolutely destroyed by the Twitter mites. Oh no! Everyone's evacuating. And Apple Bloom's like, I need to do something. So she straps up the thingamabobber that does the sucking in of the bugs to the tube. I was like, I'ma fix this. But before she can do anything, her home is destroyed. It's like, oh, okay, must capture Twitter heights. But they keep evading her, or they're not listening to her calls, and she's just constantly getting zapped. And with one final zap, she wakes up. Like, okay, that was weird. Okay, breakfast time. And it's okay, rest good. And it's like, yeah, totally rest. But well, what do we have here? You got your cutie mark. What? Again? And this time it's, oh yes, for potions. Apple Bloom's actually quite excited about this. Like, hey, those lessons with Twilight are paying off. It's like, yeah. So she calls a meeting of the CMCs, or Amy not calls a meeting, but she meets the other two at the clubhouse, and it's like, hey, look, I got a cutie mark. Oh, cool. Okay, let's go to help you two get your cutie marks. Yeah, about that. You can't be a crusader if you have your cutie mark. So, yeah, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. Uh, I can come back later. It's like, yeah, that still won't change things. And yeah, I'm not sure we're allowed to be friends anymore. It's like, you can quickly see where this is starting to go. It's like, so back into the forest she goes, like, and the voice is like, oh, what, you again? Not really, but it's like, oh, cutie mark troubles again? Well, it just seems like cutie marks and trouble are the exact same thing. And here I'm still at the, like, Starlight, do you have nothing better to do than to torment this child? And it's like, fine, fine. Get rid of the cutie mark. Again. They're like, so she runs back, and it's like, okay, girls, I don't have my cutie mark, and it's like, yeah, well, yeah, about that, we got our cutie marks, and yeah, we have responsibilities now, so we can't really hang out. And it's like, no. And then Evelyn wakes up again. It's like, okay, Apple Bloom. At this point, I think you should find like a spinning top and see if see if it falls over or not. But yeah, okay, goes out covered in black. It's like, yeah, I'm not so sure about this whole good night sleep thing. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh hey, what's that? And Emblem's like, what are you talking about? No wait, Granny Smith was like, what? What's that? It's like, and then Applejack and Big Mac get into it. It's like, well, tell you what, it ain't. It ain't an apple. Turns out it's a dolphin. Weird. And it's like, well, you're just gonna have to leave then. You can't stay here. Gonna have to ask you to change your name too. Bloom sounds fine. And it's like, ah,
I surprisingly get two things out of that. Not just a background pony, but also look at the stitching very closely. It's a dolphin. That's my lucky animal.
I don't remember what that's from. but that got a good laugh out of me. And it is a silly looking dolphin.
Geez, that's twice now I've had to refer to the episode rewatch from today.
Ah, but yeah, Apple Bloom wakes up again, and for those paying close attention, and I believe it's at this point. So basically, each time Apple Bloom is woken up, a rooster is done its thing. This time, I believe it was this time. Instead of the normal rooster, it's Pinkie Pie flying by. But yeah, it's like, okay, okay. Before I go downstairs, I'm gonna check the mirror. It's like, okay, checking mirror. Good. No cutie mark. Looks at the other side. Cutie mark. Oh no. It's happened. Like the only one side cutie mark. The toy disease is spread. Because for those that might not know, for don't know if it's like, well, it's a continuous issue that like all the toys would only have like the cutie mark on one side, as opposed to being like symmetrically on both sides. But yeah, like, oh, cutie mark on that side, different cutie mark on the other side, different cutie mark on the first side. What's going on? It's like, oh, so now Discord's getting into this.
Even her head gets on at one point.
Yeah. Like, what's going on? And she leaves the room and she's in the forest. It's like, stop tormenting me! And runs away. It's like, you're, and a voice calls out, like, you're doing this to yourself. Like, hey, it's Luna! Yay, Luna! And Luna moves the moon to shine the light onto the shadowy creature, and it shrinks back, and turns out it was Apple Bloom's shadow.
Like I
And
said,
I believe since now that Apple Bloom has confronted her shadow, I believe she now gets a persona. I think that's how that works.
like I said, convincing voice distortion and the fact that we have a talented young kid here.
Yeah. Yeah, like with the help of Luna, Apple Bloom realized like, really, I've been doing this to myself. I've been just worrying too much. God, I need to chill. Bet no one else worries like this. And Luna's like, well, about that. To the long, infinite hallway of dream doors. It's like we get to peer into Sweetie Belle's dream of going on stage to be judged by a Octavia, Rarity, and Vinyl Scratch. And like, and her microphone stand being turned into a broom. It's like, no. And then Scootaloo, it's like scooting down a ramp to make a big jump, except partway through, she gets a cooking cutie mark. Her helmet turns into a chef hat, and her scooter turns into one of those egg beater things. Like, wow, they've been worried about it too. And he was like, yeah, it's been a busy night. Like, Luna is great in this episode. uh,
For some reason, I couldn't
see,
quite get it. I couldn't quite get it done until I keep trying not to get it. For some reason, I keep not getting it out, but I feel that it's at this point that that an audience is basically like, the room is echoing in tears.
yeah. But yeah, so it's like, yeah, I think we better wrap things up for tonight. So she creates a door to the Dream CMC clubhouse, and they meet up. It's like, yeah, we've all been worried about this. Like, let's all agree that we should stop worrying about this, take things as they come, and it's like we'll get through all this together. Oh, and write Babs a letter. It's like, don't worry, things will still be good. We should probably wait till we wake up to do that. Like, yeah, sounds like a plan. And yeah, all good. So Apple Bloom wakes up and it's like time for breakfast and everything's all good. It's like, yeah, told you a good night's sleep would help. Yeah, good night's sleep. And she doesn't actually fall asleep, but she is very exhausted. God knows I've been there sometimes. But yeah, that was Bloom and Gloom. Pretty good episode. Finale of the CMC Dream Saga. And and with a thing like, I thought we'd all get our cutie marks together. Subtle foreshadowing to what would soon come later that season.
Yeah, that was. I was about to mention that.
But yeah, that good episode.
Also about the Twitter. Also about the Twitter tools. I really don't know why I really don't know why. Again, I really don't know why I held back on it, but certain film theme song playing in my head.
Oh,
Something shocking, right afoot. Who you gonna call?
ew.
Took them for years to get an actual physical reference as opposed to just, well, title reference.
Hmm. Ooh. Let's see. I was looking into the whole trying to fix Discord from the whole crashing thing again. Like, okay, look into that. What was it again? Settings, voice and video.
Also, well, she doesn't get a speaking role per se. Babs does have some cameos from this. Babs is basically a cameo Philly from this point forward.
Yeah. Actually, not gonna mess around with settings yet, because that might disrupt the screen sharing, and I'll wait till post show to do that.
Just saying it wasn't a total write out. Just don't expect Brianna to be called back anytime soon.
Yeah. Also, rewatching this episode, that at some points with Cedar Bell, it's like, wow, I forgot how squeaky I forgot how squeaky she got sometimes. I mean, and later down, less than a bit later down the line, but yeah, still has a bit of squeak. But like, that's kind of an endearing character trait, you know?
That's clear for you. Age can
Yep.
do quite a bit.
Yeah, well, we still have about 20 minutes left of footage. Because I always try to record about an hour and a half, because that's generally our average runtime. So yeah, I got my latest Japan crate in. It's actually the 6th anniversary box, and like everyone gets a special scratch prize. Like, ooh, goody, what did I win? Oh, a $5 gift code. It's like, okay. The thing is, like, normally a $5 gift code would be like, ooh, that's great. Except with the guidebook for the snacks that they give you each month, on the back is a code for $3 off. So really, I only got like a extra $2 off the normal because you can't stack them. So that was a little bit of a bummer there.
Hey, at least it was better than. Hey, at least it's better than what Button Mash had to go through.
Fair. Although I still haven't gotten around to the August box yet. I was kind of procrastinating with one of the snacks from July, which happened to be a DIY snack. Like, you got this shape mold. You lay a string across the 4 holes, pour the powder in, and then add water and wait for it to harden. And you're supposed to fish out the candy. It's like, okay, the unedited video of it took about 19 minutes. Normally the stuff has to dry for about 5. Most of the time was spent trying to get the dang string to stay in place, and all that effort for what was essentially sugar on a string. Yeah, I did not much care for that one. Like, all that hassle for sugar. But hey, the July box is finally done. Yay! Of course, me being the master of procrastination, these videos probably won't see the light of day till December. Uh, this is what happens when you have no attention span or general motivation for the day. Both, really. Uh,
Well, my reasoning on certain projects is a bit decent space.
yeah, the video editing should be simple enough because like these are typically only 3 minute long videos. Just need to balance the audio levels. It's like some days I just like can't feel like my mind can really provide the processing power for for such a thing, you know? It's like, oh, I need to do a thing today, but
Well, here's a comeback of it. Well, here's a comeback I semi expected somewhat.
oh,
Weakest link.
oh yeah, I heard a little bit about that. Like, wow, that takes me back.
The least that has been done in the past decade has mostly been Robinson returning for special charity events. So to see it, so to see it back in full, albeit with a different host, understandable given that it's U.S.
Fair enough. But yeah, I'll probably try to record a bit more of this game for next week. Because I don't think there's anything going on next Saturday, and hopefully I'll be feeling energetic during the week. Although the last few days have been kind of like, eh. Then again, like I've been taking vitamin D pills and vitamin gummies, and it's like I ran out of the D pills, so it's like maybe that's it. I don't know. Also, after this, I'm probably gonna go grab a snack to eat. Cause like, yeah, we had hot dogs and hamburgers for dinner, and it's like, yeah, I'm kind of hungry now.
Thankfully, there's been some minimal changes as the format remains mostly the same.
Yeah.
Mostly that vote. One thing, and the one thing being the vote unveilings happening after interviews.
Yep.
Target money target money raised per round.
Hmm. Yeah. So I found out that I'm gonna have a eventful Thanksgiving. I work that day. Actually, it's a double shift. Well, sort of. Normally, I start at around 5, work till about 9. Turns out there's gonna be meals at 1 and at 4, so it'll be an all-day affair. Although because it's Thanksgiving, I get time and a half. Yay! But yeah, actually, not a lot of weird work things as far as I can tell coming up. Gonna try to look at the calendar in the kitchen though. It's like I really need to start paying attention to that again. Kind of yeah. I've kind of been neglecting it a bit due to the general of the past while.
Contestants also get some visual clues on their screens.
What was that?
Contestants are also getting visual clues on their screens.
Oh, okay.
Uh, trying to recap the small changes made to Wigus Link.
Ah, okay. So, like I said, I'm not all here tonight. So, yeah.
Also, a button to press following the calling of bank. And of course, since this originated in Britain, BBC logo following the credits.
Alright then.
But yeah, that's basically just a few of the differences from previous versions.
Yeah, just looking at to see if there's like any other newsy stuff to talk about.
Well, 90 was released earlier this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we're down to about 4 minutes of footage, so we should probably start wrapping things up. I think it's a sign. uh, Hopefully I can get that fixed for next week.
Did we try the VLC at some point?
Actually, according to the support page, a possible fix is going to the voice and video settings and turning off the use our latest technology to capture your screen option.
Hmm. Well, that'll be quite an experiment for next week.
Yep. Yeah, it's, if I actually get around to publishing my snack reactions, I might put them out at like a 2 episode a day rate just to get everything caught up.
I'll be commit. I'll be soon commencing work on something that's a little bit surprised that I, a little bit surprised a certain a little bit surprised a certain user I know that does a lot of parody stuff didn't quite catch on to Pony, one of the Pony Lab references I caught.
Hmm. That'd be actually fun fact. At the end of the recording, I was like, "Okay, yeah, see you all next time." And I was using the Streamlabs OBS app on my phone. I was like, "Okay, and end recording, end recording, end recording." Um, okay, guys, app's not working. Just gonna manually and like, yeah, bye. And I had to go to the actual program itself because I guess the app got disconnected. And there we go.
Anyway, yeah, a pretty solid conclusion to this trilogy.
Hmm.
Had some decent foreshadowing towards later on in the season.
Yep. Although technically, shouldn't we have watched next week's episode first? Because didn't that one happen like a season prior? Or am I thinking of a different episode?
Yeah, we could have, but like I said uh, in a previous, like I said in a previous cast, the year's taken its the year's taken a toll on me to a point where I missed a very particular birthday.
Ah, fair enough.
And while we're on the subject, this is already mentioned before. This is already mentioned before an upload from earlier tonight. But happy birthday, Eric! But yeah, next week we can see. But yeah, next week we're not quite done with this point in their lives yet.
Yep. Next week we'll be taking a look slightly further back at Sleepless in Ponyville. That was the Scootaloo one, right?
Yep.
Just checking.
Yeah. So until then, stay safe, stay well, and hopefully we will see you then. Take care.